They come from the sky, sometimes in fire, sometimes in silence, sometimes in the stories whispered across time. To prophets of the ancient world, they were angels. To modern witnesses, they're called aliens. To a few bold theorists, they might even be us, humans from the distant future, circling back to witness our origin. But what if these names, angels, aliens, watchers, greys, aren't different at all? What if they're just different faces of the same phenomenon? In ancient Mesopotamia, long before modern religion, there were stories of the Watchers. Divine beings who descended to Earth, not to destroy it, but to guide it. Or so it seemed. These beings, detailed in the Book of Enoch, came from the sky and gave mankind knowledge, secrets of metal, medicine, and the stars. Then, they broke the rules. They took human wives. Their children, called the Nephilim, were giants, half divine, half human. A hybrid creation said to disturb the balance of nature. Eventually, the Watchers were punished, cast down, the earth cleansed. But why would angels teach metallurgy and genetics? Why describe them arriving in fire and light, descending from the heavens like aircraft? From the Sumerians to the Hopi, from South America to ancient Egypt, the theme repeats. Sky beings coming down to earth, imparting wisdom, and leaving just enough behind to be remembered, but never enough to be proven. Fast forward to the Hebrew prophet Ezekiel. One day, while exiled by a river, he witnesses a great storm approaching. Inside, fire, lightning, and beings unlike anything known to man. Wheels within wheels, he says. Creatures with 4 faces, something metallic, glowing, and then it vanishes. Ezekiel believed he saw the glory of God. But what if he saw something else entirely? Engineers and NASA scientists have tried to model what he described, and what they found looked a lot like a machine. Ezekiel wasn't alone. Elijah is said to have ascended to the heavens in a fiery chariot. Moses walked into a glowing cloud and heard a voice speak through it. Abraham met with men who came from above, with knowledge of events yet to occur. These accounts don't sound like poetry. They sound like documentation, filtered through the lens of a time that had no words for spacecraft, radiation, or artificial intelligence. Now jump to 2004, off the coast of San Diego. US Navy pilots encounter a flying object, white and featureless, like a giant Tic Tac. It moves without propulsion. It drops 80,000 feet in less than a second. It vanishes. Commander David Fravor, one of the men who saw it with his own eyes, later testified under oath. Radar backed him up. Video footage confirmed what was impossible, a craft beyond anything known to Earth. It's tempting to dismiss this as science fiction. But what happens when the same impossible descriptions appear in both scripture and military footage, thousands of years apart? Maybe every era describes the same thing, in its own language. In recent years, a new theory has emerged. What if aliens aren't from another planet at all, but from Earth's own future? Dr. Michael Masters, a biological anthropologist, believes that what we've come to call grey aliens may actually be future humans. Their appearance, large heads, small bodies, big black eyes, could be a result of long-term evolution. As we rely more on machines, our muscles weaken. As we spend more time indoors or underground, our eyes adapt to darkness. He calls them extratempestrials, time travelers. And if time travel is ever achieved, it would make perfect sense for them to visit us now, at a time when our technology began to accelerate exponentially. Many abduction stories include medical tests, genetic sampling, reproductive procedures. Perhaps it's not about conquest, but correction, self-preservation, or even curiosity. And yet, whether described as angels, aliens, or time travelers, one thing remains constant. They don't interfere. They appear, they observe, they vanish. In religious texts, they are messengers of God. In science fiction, they follow the prime directive: never change the past. And in modern reports, they hover quietly, then disappear without a trace. Are they protecting us from knowledge we're not ready for, or protecting themselves from altering a future that depends on our choices? In 2023, former US intelligence officer David Grush shook the world with a testimony. He claimed the government had recovered non-human craft and biologics. Not speculation, not a YouTube video, testimony under oath. Others joined him. Ryan Graves, a Navy pilot, described his jet being surrounded by unknown objects almost daily. Satellite data confirmed movement. Video confirmed visual. So if they're real, who are they? The answer might lie not in the sky, but on a dark road in New Hampshire. In 1961, Betty and Barney Hill claimed they were abducted by strange beings. Under hypnosis, Betty described a star map shown to her. At the time, astronomers dismissed it. But years later, that same map was identified as a real region of space, Zeta Reticuli, a region unknown to science until well after her account. Coincidence? Hoax? Or evidence? More than half a century later, her description still echoes in other abduction accounts. Same beings, same message. We're being studied, maybe even warned. So we follow the pattern, from ancient skies to modern radars, from prophets to pilots, from sacred texts to sworn testimonies. They come from the sky, always with a message, never with an answer. But maybe that's the point. Maybe what ancient people called angels, and what we call aliens, and what the future may reveal as ourselves, are all the same intelligence, witnessed across time, misunderstood by every generation. Whatever they are, they've always been here. And maybe now, finally, we're beginning to see them clearly.
I wonder what is real. Is this really what I feel? Is it what I've been searching for? So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel? This seems too good to be true.